My name is Hannah. I am a qualified Love to Move instructor and I'm going to take you through a full short taster video. Love to Move is a chair-based age and dementia-friendly gymnastics exercise programme that was developed by the British Gymnastics Foundation. It's specially designed to get people moving and functioning better, and the programme is particularly beneficial to those who are older and those living with dementia. We hope that this short taster video will help you and your family to experience and enjoy some of the key coordination exercises that are involved in the programme. So we're going to start off just making sure our posture's right, have a nice stable chair and make sure your feet are nice and flat on the floor, hip width apart, nice bent knees, 90-degree angle, and we'll wiggle back in our chair just to make sure we're nice and comfy and sitting up straight. And we're going to just start off with some breathing. So hands on our tummy, and we want to try and get the breath all the way down to our hands. So 3 big breaths in and out, and again and out, and one more and out. And we're going to get nice and warmed up. So we'll start off by just rubbing our arms and getting them nice and warm on both arms. And we're going to tap them as well. So just tapping up and down the arms, not too hard, just getting us nicely warmed up. And this is a nice across the body movement, across our midline, which is really good for getting our brains as well as our bodies warmed up. And we'll do a double shoulder roll. So both shoulders going backwards and forwards at the same time. There we go. Nice and warmed up. And we're going to do some swimming. So we'll go off with breaststroke. Try and make your movements really big and exaggerated. And when we normally do Love to Move, we normally sit in a circle of chairs. So just make sure if you're doing it with other people, you've got lots of space around you. And a front crawl. And it's really good to have a chair that doesn't have arms so that you can really get those big exercises in. And lastly, we'll do a bit of backstroke. And as you can see, I've got a wall behind me, so make sure you've got lots of space. And we're going to twist. Try and take your head with you when you twist. And like I said, we normally sit in a circle, so it's quite nice to turn to whoever it is you're sitting next to and say hello. And we'll do a stretch over the top, just down, so we get a really good side flexion, and over to the other side. Get a really good stretch along our sides. And we're just going to circle the ankle one way, and we'll go back the other way, and again on the other foot, just to make sure we're all nice and warmed up. And we're going to point and flex, point and flex. And it's surprising how much this also increases your breathing rate and gets us nicely warmed up. And we're going to go out and in and do the Charleston with our feet. And really getting our knees going as well. And we can add the hands. So supinate and pronate. Getting nice and warmed up. And some of these moves you'll see again. And if you're feeling up to it, you can cross and cross. And you can change which arm goes on the top as you go across, and trying to find that rhythm. And we can even go 1, 2, 3, and kick. 1, 2, 3, and kick. 1, 2, 3, and kick. And if you're feeling up to it, we can double the speed of that. Just get our heart rate going. And we'll add that kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, and kick. And just to finish off for our warm up, we're going to add some marching arms. And just to really get us moving. Well done. And we can add a couple of claps on the side just to make sure we're getting nice and warmed up. And it's great if you've got some music at home, you can choose a piece of music with a good rhythm and a good beat, and all of these moves will go nicely along. We're going to move on now to our strengthening exercises. So just check your posture again, make sure your feet are nice and flat, knees bent, sitting nice and upright. And we're going to start off by pushing and pulling our hands together. So really pushing and pulling so that we're building up some of that strength in our arms and actually in our core as well. And try and do it with one hand on top and then alternating so that you get a slightly different movement, slightly different muscles working. And then we're going to do some bicep curls. One arm, and then we'll do the other arm. And we can do 2 together. Excellent. And then just to make sure we're working our brains, which is really important as well, we're going to alternate and just get our brains having to work slightly different parts to make alternating possible. And we're going to start with a punch forward. Again, this is all great for strengthening our muscles and it's really great for our core. And then we're going to go across the body line, which is a really important feature in Love to Move, as it really gets the brain firing in different areas. That's part of the success of Love to Move. Well done. And then we're going to go into some rowing. So making sure if you've got the movement that you're able to really hinge from the hips and you can make it a really big movement. Go really fast. And then we'll go on to canoeing. So one side and then the other side. And that gets us really moving. Excellent. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to bring 2 hands across again. Well done. Across the body and to our knee. And we're going to try that with one hand. And then we're going to raise the knee to tap. Again, if this is too much, just carry on with the single or double hand taps on your knees. Getting those strength, and you'll really feel this. Makes your core, your legs really work. And then we're going to sweep the floor on both hands, both sides. So we really work all the muscles. And we're going to dig a hole. Dig a hole on both sides. And the last one, just because, pulling a pint. And try doing that with the other hand as well. So you're working all the different muscles. Well done. And that was our strengthening exercises. Moving on, we are going to go on to our our fine motor skills. So, we are going to have a go at doing our hands up and our hands down. So pronate and supinate. Do both hands together, and when you're feeling comfortable, you can try to alternate. So one palm up, one palm down, and turn. And this just means our brain is having to work in a slightly different way. That's it. And we're going to try doing that as well with thumbs up and thumbs down. Thumbs up and thumbs down. And then when we're comfortable, we can go on to alternating, thumbs up and thumbs down. Excellent. Moving on, we're going to give a go at putting index finger against our thumb. So I'm right-handed, I'll start with my right hand. So index finger, and then running along and all the way back up again, getting all my fingers to touch the pad of my thumb. Excellent. And then on the other hand, which can be more difficult, running all the way through. Well done. And we'll try doing two hands together. And when you really think you've got the skill, get the knack, we're going to give it a go at doing alternatives. So starting with the index finger and thumb on one hand and your little finger and thumb on the other. And we're going to run through. And you should end up in opposite. So index, little finger, and I'm struggling with this one, and it's incredible how much concentration it takes, which is why I stopped talking. So you should, and your brain will eventually click into place. Lots of practice always helps, and you go through them. So give that a go. It's a good brain tease. And it's great for really getting those brain neurons firing. We're also going to give a go at the peace symbol. And then make those chop. If you struggle with two, just do one and then the other. Try doing both, giving them a chop. Clicking our fingers. Try doing every finger. And then we're also going to give a go at flicking. So flicking each finger onto your thumb. One hand and the other hand. And then if you can, we're going to do what we did before and try and alternate. So start with little finger and thumb on this side, index finger and thumb on this side, and see if you can end up alternating. And give that a go. It's quite tricky. Finally, we're going to try getting our fingers, partner fingers, so index, middle, ring, and little fingers to meet in the middle. Well done. So that was our fine motor skills. We are now going to go on to one of the key components of the Love to Move exercise program, which is the bilateral asymmetrical exercises. And these are exercises that make our brains really fire, and basically what we're doing is doing one thing on one half of the body and something different on the other half of the body. So we're going to start off nice and simply, just writing our names in the air. And try that on the other hand as well, which is a bit more tricky. And then we're going to start off doing two lines, so straight down and straight up with both hands. And then we can move on to doing two circles, both hands doing the same thing. And then what we're going to try and do is with one hand we're going to continue to do a line, and the other hand is going to do a circle. So we're really doing that bilateral exercises. And then we'll swap, so the other hand does the line and the circle. And we're going to try that, but this time we're going to do lines and triangles. So line and triangle. And what you will find is after 6 counts, you will end up with both lines at the top. So I'll try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you think you've conquered that one, you can try swapping over. So line on the other hand and triangle with the bottom. Well done. And after 6, you end up at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brilliant. Tricky stuff. Okay, we're going to move on to trying to do pat the head and rub the tummy and then swap over. And the other type of exercise you could do with that one that does a similar thing is patting the leg on one side and rubbing it on the other. And then swapping over. So pat the leg and rub with the other side. Great, well done. And finally, we are going to have a go at pinching our nose and grabbing our ear. So this is where the bilateral asymmetrical exercises come, because we're actually crossing over the body line as well as doing 2 different actions. So hold your nose and your ear and then swapping. And if you've got that one going, then you can add a clap. And some of these things will be easier to some people than others, but it's all good fun. Finally, and I really struggle with this one, the trigger finger. So having a go at doing a trigger finger with one and a thumb with the other, and then swapping. So this is the bit I struggle with. So trigger finger, thumb, and then swapping. So my right hand and left hand swap. Trigger finger, thumb. Trigger finger, thumb, trigger finger, thumb. And I have to say it out loud, so sorry about that. Okay, hopefully you're feeling like you've had a good workout, you've had a good exercise, your brain's been firing, we've got nice and warmed up. If you've enjoyed doing these videos, please do try to Google Love to Move and visit the website if you would like to find out more. It's worth just making sure that these coordinated exercises are done at least twice a week to make them really beneficial, and you can build up slowly. Aim to gradually increase the number of repetitions you do of each exercise over time, and you'll find you're really able to get better and better at them. And the repetition of the same exercises is the key to Love to Move success. So please do check out the website and keep trying this video. Thank you.